I'm voting no on the amendment because I believe in my past life I couldn't get legally married, and now that I am legally married, all the benefits and the wonderful things that have happened in my life around marriage, not just the ceremony, but all the legal things that I get to participate in, I want that to happen for everybody. I think it's the right thing to do.
That's a nice answer. I'm voting no on the amendment because I'm in a relationship with a transgender person who was female when we met and is male now. And before the transition, we were not able to get married, and after the transition, we could. And that seems arbitrary. It's hard for me to reconcile that we're the same people, and yet the government will recognize our relationship now when it wouldn't before. When Julian and I met and started our relationship, we were both female. Julian presented as female, and we were a lesbian couple. The first time we had a ceremony, my dad performed the ceremony, and though he could have signed a marriage license in Minnesota, he couldn't for us because of the laws, the Defense of Marriage law. 2 years after that, sometime in the middle, Julian transitioned from female to male, and then we were able to get married.
The journey is all about paperwork, and after I went through all the medical pieces of transitioning, I was able to get the correct paperwork and submit it to the state of Wisconsin.
Paperwork that said you're male?
That said I was a male. Submitted to the state of Wisconsin, and my birth certificate was redone and sent to me, mailed to me with a male on the birth certificate. We took that into the county and got our marriage license, and were legally married shortly after that.
Well, the paperwork piece of it wasn't too hard, but all the stuff that leads up to it was. So the actual transition and proof of an irreversible surgery had to be provided for that. So it's easy to prove, but it's not an easy journey.
It was actually really hard for both of us. We have such a diverse group of friends. We actually talked about not getting legally married because we just do not believe that it's right for us to be able to have rights that people that we care about, families that have been together for 20 years that are raising children, that have raised children and are loving couples. It's just really hard for me to understand why now, with a piece of paper and a different appearance, it's all of a sudden okay for me to get legally married, but it wasn't prior to that. Some of the best, most loving people that I know, some of the greatest parents I know are gay and lesbian couples, and for me to know in my heart that I could get married and these folks can it's kind of painful, and we had a really difficult time making the decision to get married.
I talked to a few friends about it, friends who'd been in relationships and same-sex relationships for a long time, who one of them had to actually adopt her own daughter, and all of the hoops that they had to jump through and that we had jumped through. We had a lot of legal paperwork in place as well. But when I was talking to her and I said, we're thinking about not actually getting married. We're going to renew our vows, but we're thinking about not getting married as recognized by the state because our friends can't get married as recognized by the state. And she said, that's a little silly because that's not going to help change things, and you could take advantage of benefits that we can't, and because you can, you should. And that really helped my thinking about it too. But I do feel really selfish sometimes. And, I think about if this amendment passes and what it would do to our lives. it wouldn't materially change our lives, but it would change the climate in the state, and it would change the lives of everybody around us.
I think instead of not getting married, what we made the decision to do was to try and be advocates to help educate people about what it means to be married. You know, the religious piece comes into play, the political piece comes into play, but really it's about loving relationships. And there's a lot of loving relationships out there, and I just wish that we could put religion and political stuff aside and just simply look at two people that love each other and allowing them to do the right thing like we love each other and we'd like to do the right thing.